Okay, guys and gals, this is a little jacuzzi slash pool, and what we're going to do today, in the next couple of days, you can see right there and right there along that corner at that rim right there, they've got some cracks. Kind of looks like that step was not supported completely. So when they would step down into it, it's caused some cracking in that area. You can kind of see the dirt coming out and coming down the wall right there, both sides. We're going to clean this up today. We're going to find out how much repair we've got to do in this. And we're going to do that whole step and then down to the next step in fiberglass resin and cloth or mat, maybe both. Once we get this all cleaned up, then I'm going to shoot an epoxy primer on top of it. It's going to be I'm going to double dose this tub with some primer. I'm going to use an epoxy primer, a 1-to-1 primer on this, let it set for 24 hours and come back. And then there's another primer that goes with our stone, because we're going to do this in our cross-link, which is the stuff we use for concrete floors, driveways, patios, garage floors. It's just a much harder surface than just doing a countertop that does not get as much traffic as the floor does. So we're going to do the primer that goes with it. It's a blue, which we're going to slightly lighten the primer. I'm going to take some of the dark blue and some of the white and kind of tone it down a little bit, and then we're going to spray that primer on. Once that primer's on, then we're going to spray and dry. Then we're going to spray the cross-link, and I'll show you how we mix that up and all the products that we have to use with that. And then I'm going to show you, we're going to spray on 2 coats one day, come back the next day, check that out, and then possibly spray another coat. This is a little different than, I guess, just spraying it in a driveway or whatever. You can just, or a patio or something, and you can just put your cleats on and walk along, spray it, and spray it. But this one I'm going to take a little bit more time with, only because we're shooting a video, and I want you guys to see how this is done step by step. So we're going to start cleaning right now and just kind of get this all nice and neat and check out all the repairs. So, okay, a little shaded, but I don't know if you can see it. It's a little cleaner than it was. What we did, we cleaned it with our chemicals, sanded it out, and then I used my compressor to blow into each one of the holes. Found the higher spot, which is up there in the top corner, is a high spot. I put a hole in that, the line right there, air hose into that, and all the water came out of the air holes. And I did that for probably about an hour, just to get as much out as I possibly could. And then I did it in the floor too, and then I used a shop vac just to suck it all up. It's kind of shaded right now. I don't know if you can see this, but by the time tomorrow gets around and we do our repair on the steps, I'll show you that. And then we'll spray the epoxy primer on it, and I'll show you how we do that. So I'll have you back tomorrow. Okay guys, we're back the next morning. And I don't know if I pointed out before, but these steps have cracks in them right here from people coming and stepping down. So the support underneath this is really good, but on this edge here it kind of bubbles up a little bit. So this took a little beating, just people stepping in and out. Same thing down here on this one. So what we've done today is we've cut some of the thickest mat that I have. We're going to put a layer, and we're going to wrap it around the edge We're going to let this harden up, and we're going to just sand out any of the little spurs sticking up that's on the top of it after it dries. Same thing down here. We cut this. It's going to wrap around the edge right here. And just a little trick, I don't know how you guys do this, but just so you don't get anything to clog up those holes that are in the air jets here, the bubble jets or whatever, we took a nail, just stuck it down in there like that. You can see that. So what that's going to do is that's going to keep any of my resin from going into those holes. But once I spray, I'm going to fill all the holes that are in the top of this. And once we get this all done up, I'll come back and show what it looks like. We've got our tarp up here to block any of the debris. You can see the shadow of the tree. It's right behind here. This morning I got here and there was a lot of debris in the after we cleaned it. So we've got it all dropped off, ready to spray our marine primer. There, I don't know how well you can see with the bright sunlight, but there's our steps with our fiberglass rebuild on them. Nice and clean. So we'll bring you back after we get the primer on, and then tomorrow we'll shoot the stone. Okay guys, I'm going to show you here in just 1 second how we did our first coat of the a primer, which is the marine primer that we use. It's a very industrial primer. This is the primer system and the crosslink, which I'll show you how to mix this and how you put this in. But this is the catalyst for the primer. This is the primer color, celestial blue. Now she doesn't really want it this dark, but this primer is actually, you can mix it. So I'm going to use white to lighten it up a little bit. Then we'll use the hardener, the catalyst here, and we'll spray our primer. This is the actual stone mixture. It has a little bit of a blue base in it, so I'm really going to have to lighten this up a lot because that's going to put some more blue back into it. So this is going to be mixed with the crosslink. Now this stuff, you can probably stop the video and read this if you want, but this is I guess this is a very hard clear coat mixture for a water base that you mix in with the water based stone, and then you spray on a bunch of coats lightly, 5 minutes in between each coat. You know, that's what's recommended. I don't follow that rule, not because that's what they tell you, but I've had great results just the way I do it, which we will show you, and it comes out awesome. So with that being said, I'll take you to the back and show you the jacuzzi already sprayed white. This helped. It did keep some of the sun off of me. I'm going to put the drop back there, which you saw earlier. But here's the white. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can really see it in the video because of all the bright light shining everywhere and the shadows, but okay, I'll bring you back when I get the first coat of blue on. Okay guys, this is the blue that we mixed up. It's some of the blue primer with, I think it was like 5% white, 1%, or 5 parts white, 1 part blue, and it gave me this color. Absolutely beautiful. Now the stone has a little bit of the bluer. She loves this color, so we're going to try to spray it to where it stays just pretty close to this, but I think the blue base that's in the stone is going to give it a little bit more blue, but hopefully this will pop through as well. So stay tuned, we're about to spray. As I'm not sure you can really see this, but I'm going to get down in here. and get to the shade. That's what happens when you spray duct tape. It just crumbles off. But getting the sunlight, maybe you can see it better in the sunlight. Over here. Nope, shade. See the sheen on that? That is from the crosslink. It's the additive I showed you earlier. You mix it up. He's actually getting a new light put in, but we sprayed all of the jets white, covered those up, and then left them white, and then everything else blue. See, the stone did not fill any of the holes. You see those holes? Where's my camera? There it is. The spray does not fill them, even though it's kind of thick. It never really fills a hole, so I was thinking that maybe I would have to put nails, roofing nails, you know, the shingle nails. You just put those in the holes, and so it didn't do anything like that. But no, it did not. I didn't have to do that. But there you go. That is called Celestial Blue. I just lightened the primer. Actually, I put 5 parts white, 1 part blue, and that was the color that I came up with. The customers absolutely love it. Looks beautiful. If you have any questions, send me a reply. This is on my Classic Truck Addictions YouTube page. We're actually doing a whole lot of different things, so it's all going to be on one page for now. So any questions, subscribe, like, dislike, send me a comment, question, anything like that. I get back to you within a short period of time. All right, guys, until then, thanks.